What's the best way to ruin a perfectly good bout of depression? Remind yourself that your thinking can't be trusted in that moment, that things are better and you're better than how your mind would have you believe. Force yourself into the first step of whatever will distract you or make you feel happy, even if it's a temporary fix. Because each next step gets easier as you move. Think about your loved ones and what you can do for them to make their lives happier, and it'll help you to get outside of your head. Studies say that exercising helps alleviate depression. They also say your brain processes familiar TV characters as friends. So I just end up finding myself doing military presses while crying and watching The Office/S. But separately these tactics do work. Edit. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Edit 2. Some of you have asked for a source for proof of your TV friends. This phenomenon is called parasocial interactions and was first described by Horton and Wall in 1956. Lots of newer papers cite them. Enjoy taking a shower. Sometimes, just that simple act of getting out of bed starts a snowball effect that helps interrupt a depressive cycle. Also, puppy cuddles. Quick edit. This won't cure depression by any means. It took me years of meds and therapy to help me manage it properly. But if I feel myself start to slide, this helps me interrupt the cycle that drags me down further. For me, cooking a really good meal and having a walk in the sun. But then again, if I have the energy to do these things, I'm on my way to getting better anyway. So if I feel it coming on, I do it ahead of time. Just go do something. Go do everything. My depression is linked to me overthinking, so the best thing I can do is climb a fucking mountain and quit jerking myself off at my computer monitor. Honestly, doing something nice for someone. Tell your parents you love them if you do. Lol. Apologize to someone you may have hurt, etc. Edit. Holy moly, I've never had this many votes before. Another good thing that's helped me is forcing yourself to go to bed early and get up early. That always has made me feel better, for some reason. Maybe not a total depression crusher, but when I wake up in a bad place, I turn on the lights, force myself out of bed, and turn on music or a podcast. Always seems to keep me out of the deep end. Edit. I don't want this to come off as patronizing or oversimplifying. Obviously lights and a song aren't a cure, and getting out of bed sometimes isn't even possible. For me, depression comes in waves. There are days when even rolling over feels impossible. But when you are capable of doing little things for yourself, it can sometimes make the difference between a bearable day and an unbearable one. Lock down your sleep schedule. I can stress enough how much this helped me. Go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. Put on a song that gets you going. Then exercise and you'll feel better. I've had days where I cried my weight in tears, got pissed that I was crying so much and started lifting weights to some solid music. Eventually, I felt better because my muscles were having a good time. Then I cleaned myself up and went for a run. Felt way better when I got back. For me, it's getting things accomplished. My depression tends to come on badly when I feel overwhelmed with life. I'll make a checklist of things I need to get done, sometimes even breaking one task into 3-5 smaller, bite-sized bits. The sense of accomplishment I feel by physically marking them done makes me feel better. I also use a daily checklist for my bare minimums. It includes: take a shower, pack lunch for work tomorrow so I don't feel guilty about wasting money at the food court or starving myself, drink water on there 6 times equal 3 bottles of water. I find checking it off after each half bottle gives me a better sense of accomplishment. Take vitamins, and like 3 other things. I use an app for it, so I always have it handy and it keeps me motivated during the day. Edit. Okay, my phone has been blowing up all night. The main app I use is Loop Habit Tracker. It's free on Android but not available on iOS, although I'm sure you can find something similar. I also use Google Calendar for everything to stay organized, and I keep a monthly view, daily view, and task list on my phone at all times. Edit to add. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger, and the other kind Redditor that also included a note. I'm hoping my experience can help some other people out today. We all go through tough times and sometimes someone else's experience can help. For some reason sad and depressing music makes me less depressed. Music, the right song at the right time can work. Baby animals, I go dumb for a puppy or 27. Love it so it leaves you. Kitties, I had one that always wanted my attention. When I rubbed her head a few times, she'd return the favor by licking the back of my hand a few times. It's damned hard to maintain black cloud mode at 100% while that's going on. Clean your room house. It's likely one of the only things in the world you have complete control over. Make it look like something out of Slash are oddly satisfying. Dogs. Petting a good boy is always a cure. SSRI reuptake inhibitors LMAO. Who wasted money gilding this? Spend your money on useful things instead, you goof. It DOES and work for everyone, but rationalization. Do I want to feel this way? No. Let's take steps to make it stop. I don't know how many times I've forced myself to hit up my favorite bar for a pint just to get out of the house, only to run into lots of old, solid friends that lifted me right up. Just crossing the threshold can be a huge game changer. I use Dailyo. I've been bad almost every day for a little over a month, but today I made my first good entries since January 1st. I cleaned the kitchen. I got my hair cut. I got a mani-pedi. I had a delicious salad. Then I walked around the mall and bought some skincare and underwear that makes me feel sexy. All of that is self-care and helps fight back against depression. But what really kicks it where it hurts is addressing what's the underlying issue. I was assaulted in December, so obviously I have some situational things to go through. A big break came recently when I realized I can't rush healing. It's been a month. Of course I'm still upset, but I'm making huge strides too. We need to give ourselves credit where it's due. Stop beating ourselves up and demanding more. I watched Queer Eye on Netflix, and Tan said he was once dumped because he was no longer making an effort in himself. He was on the couch all day, he didn't groom himself, didn't eat. Well, I decided I should make an effort in myself for myself because I'm worth it. I'm worth that haircut. I'm worth that mani-pedi. I'm worth that sexy thong. And whether it's a long day like mine or just getting out of bed, you need to tell yourself you're worth it too. So in short, track your mood, be productive, be easy on yourself. Don't try to rush healing or force yourself better. Give yourself credit even for small things, especially for small things. You need to practice your carrot giving. After all, repeat to yourself that you are worth it, you deserve more and you deserve better. And Google CPT worksheets, see if those don't help you. Seeing a health professional and getting it treated. I've been depressed for 16 years and the things that help me the most are programming the ensuing rage and frustration masks the depression lull, and my cat, whom I love very much. I taught my dog to high-five me when I'm upset. He will jump onto my lap and give me a very enthusiastic high five. Ruins my depression every time. No matter how alone or useless I feel, that high five makes me feel connected again, and I realize that even if I don't feel important at the time, my dog thinks I'm the greatest person in the world. Throw on Mr. Blue Sky by ELO and crank it up, dancing and singing in no time. If I knew the answer to ruining it, I wouldn't have had it for 20 years. I've tried to ruin it. I've tried to embrace it. I've tried to love it in hopes it leaves me like everything else. The only thing that ruins it is when you wake up after a bottle of vodka and downing a bottle of pills and getting the sad realization that you woke up. Go outside, take a walk at your local park or wherever you can. While you eat there, stop and take a moment to appreciate the life around you, especially the birds. There's just something about being outside and watching nature that makes me appreciate being alive. Look at YouTube videos of cute animals. Thanks for posting this OPIWOULD, and have been able to with all that just happened, but seeing all the replies to your question have helped me immensely. If I could gild you, I would.